Hi student, how are you? I hope you are well with your parents. I am also well. So today I am going to welcome every student of class 4 because today I am going to take your science class, and today we'll cover chapter 7 and our topic is natural resources, and you will find it page number 48 to 55 in your science board book. So first we need to know, or we need to define, what do you mean by natural resource. We need to define it. What is natural resource? A natural resource is something found on the earth that is useful to us. So the natural resource, it is the things we find from the earth and which is very important for our life. A natural resource cannot be made by man, but this resource be protected and conserved by man or people. The natural resources are essential for life and to improve the quality of life, such as, like, from this resource we can improve our life standard. For example, from like trees is a types of natural resource, and from this tree we can able to make paper, furniture, fuel, which is very important for our life. Then from cotton we get cloth. Then from oil, fuel, natural gas we get fuel. From iron we get different types of steel product. And then from gold also type of natural resource. From gold we can make different types of jewelry. Then copper we get wire, coins, electrical equipment. These are the things we get from the copper. So today we need to learn about these natural resources. So first we need to know different types of natural resources. There are many different types of natural resources, but in your book, if you go through your book, you will find there are most 4 types of natural resources are explained there. So first one is water resource, then forest resource, land resource, mineral resource, and some other resources. We'll go through one by one. So first we need to talk about water resources. So we use water for drinking, cooking, washing, cultivating, and fishing, and producing electricity. So this water is very important. We cannot think water a single day without water. So it will help us in many ways. Already I mentioned that we drink, cooking, washing, and then cultivating, fishing, and one of the important things is we create electricity from using this water. You see the last picture here. Then we'll talk about forest resource. We get wood from forest trees. So the main things we get from forest resource is tree, and from the tree we get wood, and from the wood we can make different things like building materials, paper, furniture. We also use trees as fuel for cooking. So you see this picture, the many uses of trees. Then we'll go to the land resource. So land, you know land very well, the mud land. We grow crops and get food from this land. We cultivate land and we get lot of the different types of crops from there. Then we build house on the land and buildings, and we can make different pottery things through these land resources, which we decorate our houses. Then next resource is mineral resource. We get rocks, minerals, oil, coal, natural gas, gold, silver, copper, iron, limestone. These all comes from the mineral resources. You can see the picture. These all resources we get from the mineral resources, and these resources are very useful for our in our life. We use in many ways. Now we need to divide these resources in 2 ways. Like, natural resources can be classified into 2 groups. Number 1 is renewable resources, another one is non-renewable resources. Now we'll see these 2 types of resources. So first we need to know what is renewable resources. Renewable resources is a natural resource that can be replaced by nature and can be used again. It means this resource you get always, like every day you will get this resource, like plants, air, water, sunlight. You will get these resources every day, like sunlight you get every days. Then air, you will not able to finish these resources and it will be restored again. If you use, then it will restore again. So this is one of the very important resource, and from this resource we can, like, we can produce electricity, like from sunlight. If you use solar panel, you can make easily electricity by using sunlight's light. Then from air also we can make electricity by like windmills. From windmills or wind turbines we can make electricity by using air. In this way we can get this renewable resources every day in our life. The next one is non-renewable resource. So non-renewable resource is a natural resource that cannot be replaced or reproduced once it has been used up, such as gas, oil, coal, mineral, etc. So this resource, it will not uh, make like every days or every night. So after, when you get this oil, after using this oil, you will not this oil in the same place again. Maybe you will get this oil in different places, but it will take lots of time to prepare. So we need to be very careful about these resources to use. So we need to use it very carefully, because we will not get it all the time. It says that it will not replaced or reproduced once it has been used up or finished. You will not get this again and again. So now we'll see the uses of natural resource for energy production. Okay, so how we can produce or production, or we can produce energy by using different types of natural resources such as sunlight, wind and water current. I already said that from the sunlight we can make electricity, or we can produce electricity. From wind we can also produce electricity by using windmill or wind turbines, and also from the water we can use electricity. If we use this and produce electricity, then it will be very helpful for us, because we will get this sunlight, air, water everywhere, and we can produce it, and we can develop our life. We can in different activities we can use these resources. Then we need to conserve these natural resources. Now is the question is how we can conserve, or how we can save these resources. The best way to conserve natural resources is being economical while using the natural resources. We are you need to be very careful when you use this natural natural resources, right? Like for example, for cooking we use the natural gas, right? So after using the after cooking your food, immediately you should turn off your gas line, so that none of gas can be consumed without any reason. We need to be very careful about this. So we can follow the rules of 3R process. You already know this 3R process. Like 3R means reduce, reuse and recycle. So if we follow this 3R process, we can easily consume the natural resources. Now we talk about some of the rules of this 3R. So in this picture you see the 3R process, like reduce, reuse and recycle. Reduce means we need to be very conscious when we use our natural resources, like electricity. After, when you turn on the electricity, when you leave the room, you make sure that your light is off or your fan is off. This way we can reduce our natural resources. Then come to the reuse. Reuse means when you use things, you should not throw it. You can use it more and more times. It will help us to consume the natural resources. Then come to the recycle. Recycle means uh, one things you can recycle it again and make it again new things. Like after when we use plastic bottle, when we throw it, then some people they collect it and they make it again new bottle. This is called the recycle. When we recycle it, we consuming the natural resources. I hope you understand this. Then we need to change our behavior. It is one of the most important things. If you do not change your behavior, we cannot control these natural resources, or we cannot consume the natural resources in very wisely. So the best way to conserve natural resources is to change our behavior. For example, turn off the light when they are not needed. Write both sides of the paper. We should write both sides of the paper. It will also consume the natural resources. We should not need to cut more trees for that purpose. If you use both sides of the paper. Off the tap properly after using washroom. We should off the tap properly. Then put waste in proper place. There is waste management. So if we put waste in proper place, then it also help to reduce natural resources. We can conserve natural resources very wisely. So I hope you understand, and if you go through this chapter, you will see that I touch all the part of the chapter. So I hope you will go through it, and you already received your second term sheet. You go through that and study properly, obey your parents and uh, obey their orders, and stay home and stay safe. Thank you.